おい、そこの貴様。俺が見えているか？なぜ答えない？モニターのそっち側にいる間抜け面の貴様だ。もういい。Sorry about that, people. I just recently watched Steins Gate, or in katakana Japanese, Steins Gate, and couldn't resist just doing that first part. It was just, I had to do it. Alrighty then, down to business. This video is going to be about Japanese language schools. So, what are Japanese language schools? Well, as the name suggests, it's a school that specializes in teaching Japanese language. And I'm guessing everyone knows about this, it's obvious, but what everyone, I presume, don't know is that there are actually two types of Japanese language schools, and yes, and I'm going to explain that in this video. The first type is what I call the normal Japanese language school, and this just teaches you only Japanese and is, maybe just a normal Japanese school. And the second type is what I dubbed AY plus Japanese language school, and what it means, it stands for Academic Year Plus Japanese Language School. And what it does, it teaches you Japanese language, and it also gives you one academic year, one school year. And in Japan, in order to enter universities, you have to have 12 years of education, basic education to enter universities, have the requirements to enter universities. And in some foreign countries, you graduate only with 11 years of education, so you have to have 1 year added to enter Japanese universities. And what the second type school does is it teaches you Japanese, and it also adds that one missing academic year to you, so you can complete the requirements to enter Japanese universities. So what the first type of normal type of Japanese language school is, it mainly focuses on teaching you only Japanese and in preparing you for the JLPT test, or Japanese Language Proficiency Test, also known as ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken in Japanese. And yes, well, ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken is important for people who want to get jobs here in Japan, or people who want to enter graduate schools in Japanese universities, not the undergraduate schools, but graduate schools. And yes, well, I think in Japan, normally every job requires you to have a level N1 of ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken, but I did see a few arubaito or part-time jobs that only require you to have JLPT level N2 or 3. Yes. Well, I think that's the biggest difference of it. It teaches you mainly Japanese and prepares you for the ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken. So for you to enter the Japanese university and undergraduate departments, you need to have 12 years of school education. And in foreign countries, you graduate with only 11 years of education, and you need 12 in order to apply for Japanese universities. So in order to fill in this missing gap, one school year gap, these, what I dubbed the type 2 AY plus, academic year plus Japanese language schools, comes in. Well, what they do is they help you to get that missing 1 year and get a total of 12 years of education. And they teach you Japanese language, of course, and also they teach you they have classes for the mandatory high school classes that you used to take, like math, physics, economics, geography, history, chemistry, and all those subjects. And it also prepares you for EJU, aka not 47, exam for Japanese university, or in Japanese, ni-hon-ryuu-gaku-shi-ken. Only ryuu-gaku-shi-ken, yes. Well, this exam is really important if you want to enter Japanese universities, because they ask for the exams, EJU exam scores, and the scores, the test has Japanese language, and it also tests your basic, knowledge about all the other subjects of math, economics, history, geography, chemistry, physics, and all those subjects, depending on your major. Yes, well, in order to enter Japanese universities, the JLPT test, ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken, is not that important. The EJU is more important. But it won't hurt you to give the test and get a ni-hon-go-nou-ryoku-shi-ken level, because it'll just add up to your status. It'll help you. So you should also you should just take both tests if you want to enter undergraduate universities. Well, so to sum it all up, it all depends on your objectives and goals of learning Japanese. If you're planning to, aiming to find a job, get a job here in Japan, or if you want to enter the graduate schools of universities, or if you just want to learn Japanese really well here in Japan and immersing yourself in Japan to the language, then yeah, I recommend you to just enter the normal type of Japanese language schools, or the normal course of a Japanese language school. But if you only have 11 years of school education and you are planning to go to Japan, enter a Japanese university undergraduate class here, then I recommend you to go to the AY plus courses of Japanese language schools. A Japanese language school that has a course that'll help you enter universities, add up the missing year, and teach all the other subjects to refresh your memory. Trust me, you need it. And yes, I think that about sums it all up. If you're not aiming to enter an undergraduate school of Japanese university, then you don't need to take the EJU test. But regardless of both situations, I recommend you to take the JLPT, or the Japanese Language Proficiency Test, because it's just the main test that that measures your Japanese knowledge. Yeah, that sums it up. Okay, lastly, you may be wondering where or how you can find a Japanese language school here in Japan. Well, the only thing I can say is search online the internet. Ask Google or any other things. But I will give you a little push and put 2 links that I found on the descriptions or the about page of this video, so please check it out. It may be of help to you, it may be not, but I wish. So I think that concludes this video, and I hope this video was helpful for everyone. If it was, then please give me some feedback and comment, rate, subscribe, all those stuff. Thank you for watching.